If you're to take a look into my mind right now, it would be nothing but destruction, and that fighting mentality. I just want to get in there now and deliver the smoke and do what I do best, and that's destroy.
When your dad was a year younger than you are now, he boxed Iran Barkley here in Las Vegas, just around the corner from where you'll be fighting on Saturday night. For you to be here in a fight week in Vegas as he was, how does that make you feel?
Yeah, my dad fighting in Vegas, a year younger than me. It's nothing short of a blessing. The Benn name is where it belongs, and the Benn name is familiar out here in the States and America. So, for me, it's nothing short of a blessing to be headlining in Vegas. Many fighters, great fighters, dream of fighting in Vegas, let alone headlining.
I'm sure the parallels and comparisons with your dad get repetitive. It's something you've been faced with obviously since you turned pro in your whole life, but particularly ones like that and little inside stories like that, what makes the comparison something that you'll forever be proud of?
Do you know what? I know people compare me to my dad a lot and compare my career and my journey, and it's been nothing but a blessing. My dad is my dad, and I'm extremely proud my dad is my dad, and if I achieve half of what he's ever achieved, I'll be a happy man. So for me to be compared to my dad, the main thing is, when my career is said and done, is I want people to go quarter them Benns, value for money. And for me, that's the dream, giving people the entertainment and, the thrilling fights they deserve. For
a young Christian school kid with no tattoos who loved the Jonas Brothers and skateboarding and Avenged Sevenfold, when you look at the man you are now, and you posted on your Instagram story a picture of the poster in the Las Vegas billboards, what sort of feeling in your heart does that give you?
It doesn't matter where you come from, what your sphere is, what your circle is. I think you can achieve anything in life that you set out to achieve. I believe it doesn't matter where you come from, privileged upbringing or out the mud, as they say, or less privileged, or culture. You can achieve anything you want to do, no matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what your sphere is, what your life looks like. If you want to achieve something and you work hard enough, you can get it. But I feel like this was written in the stars for me, and I feel like boxing found me, even though I wasn't searching. And this is what I'm born to do. I'm born to fight. I'm bred to fight. That's how I feel about it.
That teenage Conor Benn, as I say, who loved skateboarding, was that a simpler life to the life you live now?
Yeah, definitely. I would say skateboarding was a simpler life. BMXing, relaxing on the beach, a very chilled upbringing in Spain and in Australia. So for me to now be the man I am today, it's taken a lot for me to become the man I am today, and gone through a lot to become the man I am today. Made plenty of sacrifices. Sacrificing my family and leaving my family behind in Australia was probably the hardest decision I've ever had to make. And I had to make sure that decision was worth it. When you make a sacrifice that big, you have no choice but to make sure it was worth it. So for me, that's always a driving factor into my success. Is I will never get that time back. Leaving my little sister, Layla, leaving my little brother, Levi, I'm leaving my twin sister, and my mum and dad. Missed my dad's big 60th birthday, just gone. So missing my son's birthday, just gone. So for me, you have to make sacrifices in life to get ahead, and that's the driving factor.
Your life now is, it's fair to say, under a bit of a microscope. Is there any part of the younger life that you miss?
Freedom, I'd say, in terms of no responsibility, but to those who much is given, much is expected. So I feel like it comes hand in hand in life, and I've made plenty of mistakes, and I'm human, but I try my hardest to be the best role model I can be. I try my hardest to be the best dad I can be, the best husband I can be, the best son, the best grandfather, the best grandson, sorry. So I try and be the best I can be, whatever that is. I'm blessed. I feel like the grass is never greener, so I can't count that as a blessing, and not having freedom, it all comes hand in hand, and that's life.
Wouldn't change it for the world, I assume. Now you've got your little team around you, which is soon to go from a 3 to a 4.
It's crazy because I feel like a 40-year-old man, but I'm only 27. got a wife, got a son, got a daughter on the way. I feel like, again, to whom much is given, much is expect it from. So, you know, I feel like I'm extremely blessed with my family. Like that on its own, you know, it's a dream.
I think you seem more relaxed, definitely, compared to how you did in Orlando. You spoke about when you got in the dressing room, it was quite surreal. You felt perhaps a way that you've never really felt in your boxing journey before. How do you feel now in comparison to this stage of fight week for the last fight?
Yeah, I feel very different in comparison to Orlando. Believe it or not, in the changing room, and I only mentioned this in an interview yesterday with The Zone, that it hit me in the changing room and I had to lay down I fell asleep for 20 minutes. While my gloves were on, ready to go just before the fight, I had fallen asleep for 20 minutes. And I mean, I always believe that I'm confident enough to beat any man, any day, like because of my boxing IQ, because of my speed, my power, my agility, my boxing brain, my athleticism, my fitness. So even if one of them or two of them give way, I still believe I'm capable of beating the majority of the fighters out there. So for me, even though I felt shattered, mentally exhausted, and needed to sleep, while my gloves were done up, I was ready to go in, the ring walk was ready. And I fell asleep for 20 minutes laying down on the chair. So I feel very different about this fight. The week was exhausting. When I meant it was more of a mental fight for me, it was a mental battle for me. It was me dealing with what's up here rather than a physical object or a physical man in front of me. It was purely mental.
What impact then will a more relaxed Conor Benn have on the performance, do you believe, on Saturday?
I wouldn't be surprised if this fight doesn't go past one round. That's how I feel. I know you say maybe you've softened up because you've got a daughter on the way, but I'm coming in there to take his head off in the first round.
Your dad won in one round, so no pressure.
The bet's on, Dad.
I bet he'll love that. I think he won 3 seconds. The fight was stopped 3 seconds before the end of the first round.
Yeah, cool. I'll get done 4 seconds.
2 minutes 57.
Yeah.
2 minutes 57 to do it, Conor. On Saturday, just tell us who you're fighting for the purposes of this interview and what that man is to you right now.
Fighting Peter Dobson, and he's in the way of my freedom. He's in the way of everything I got coming my way. He's in the way of what's mine. He's in the way of everything I worked hard for. He's in the way of me being the best fighter I can be. He's in the way of a lot of things. That's why I'm going to make an example of him, and that's why I'm going to close the show in devastating fashion. I'm not coming in there to play games. I'm not coming in there to talk. I'm coming in there to take his head clean off his shoulders.
You came face to face with him yesterday at the Las Vegas sign. What did you see?
Yeah, a scared man. A scared man. In his words, a scared man is a dangerous man. Nonetheless, he's scared. And come fight, it won't make no difference. All the talking is done. Talk is cheap. So when I get in there, I'm just going to handle my business, do what I do. And all this talking, he's dug his own grave. He's digging his own grave. The more he talks, the more I want to get him out of there. That's on his head. So whoever's told him to talk, it comes at a price, and he'll be paying a price Saturday night.
He thinks you're wild. Is he right?
No, he'll find out about wild. I can tell you that now. It'd be like a jungle in there.
In terms of message, Conor, what sort of message is it important to you to send out, not just to Peter Dobson, but to this 147 Division 2?
I have no message for Dobson at all. You know, the talking's done. Tuesday was a lot of fun. You know, a lot of rubbish was said, but apart from that, the talking is done Saturday night, and that's where I would be doing all the talking. And I can assure you now, I'm coming in to take your head off. I promise you that. Like I promise you that. I'll make you cry in there. I promise you. But apart from that, the 147 division, everyone knows what it is.
What can't he handle in there, Conor? Because he actually complimented your speed of hand and your speed of foot yesterday.
Well, he's getting fucked up, period. Like that's it. Like, I'm getting wound up just sitting here now thinking about him. He's getting dealt with. He's getting absolutely smashed to pieces. And when I see him come fight now and I'm standing across there, he won't know what hit him. He's going to feel like he's been hit by a baseball bat. He's going to need to bring them guns in the ring to keep me off him. And even then, I still fancy my chances.
For those watching, 10:30 p.m. UK time, those here in Vegas, you got a message you want to leave for them?
A shout out to all my supporters for all the continued support. It ain't been easy, you know, their journey ain't been easy, it ain't been straightforward, ups and downs, highs and lows. So, you know, I'm forever grateful for everyone tuning in, 10:30 p.m. UK time. We made sure it's prime time for my supporters back home. And for those coming and flying out here, again, you know, it's a blessing, and you know, I'll forever be grateful and make sure that I do what I do for you guys.